And Idaho has become a new home to some Ukrainians seeking refuge. As you might guess from pictures and videos from the war in Ukraine, these people lost their homes and some have lost more than that. They had to leave their country behind. Starting over in a new place isn't easy, as many of you may know. Necessities like finding shelter, buying food, and just getting a job can be difficult. And it's a struggle made even more difficult if you can't speak the language, which is where volunteers in Nampa are helping out. They plan to spend 5 weeks teaching Ukrainian children to speak English. Andrew Bartline explains how that will ultimately help their families.
There's no mixed messages at this Nampa church. The sign reads, "Welcome, come on in." And so they do. Single file, a line of Ukrainian refugees shuffle through the doors. Inside, they'll meet Enoch Gorotoy alongside dozens of other volunteers. But Enoch is bilingual.
My mom, she's from Ukraine, and we like to help out.
He helps bridge the gap between Ukrainian or Russian speakers to English, because these young refugees are just finding their footing in Idaho.
This is practically like another session of schooling they have to go through, but we try to make it as fun and engaging as possible here.
Fun for the older kids means robotics.
Read instructions and understand some of the components in English.
While the younger kids dig through and build with Legos.
How that puzzle comes together is the thing that excites me.
Joni Leap runs the camp. Here, 44 Ukrainian children, from 2 years old to teenagers, are immersed in English.
They're building that trust, and they're learning to look to their peers.
Only a few of these peers speak their native language. Others only speak English. This immersion has the Ukrainian kids challenging themselves to make friendships.
Some of the common phrases like good morning or please, or I need to use the bathroom. Some of the kids are starting to use some of those words in their communication with us.
Over time, you begin to talk with them more, and they get to know you more, and then you're sort of just know each other, and then you can help them out wherever they need help.
Volunteer teachers from local school districts are running the 5-week class, but Leaf doesn't expect these kids to leave speaking fluent English. In fact, she's okay if they hardly learn the language at all, because this is just the foundation.
There's that sense of bringing the child from where they are to some place that empowers them to do the next thing. And that's how I feel about this camp. We don't know what their situation was in Ukraine, but there was certainly trauma. And if we can relieve some of that trauma through healthy kid activities, then that's a win.
Regardless of the tangible results, the volunteers say this program matters.
They are happy.
Because even if these kids can't read the welcome on the door, they can feel the welcome in the classroom.
Cooperation can bridge language barriers and cultural barriers.
And they can hear the welcome in Enoch's voice.
Helping the best we can to the best of our ability at the time we get the chance.
This is the last week of the course, and a few of the kids even came up to me. They tried to start a conversation to practice the English that they've been able to pick up on. And Brian, the Idaho Alliance for Ukrainian Refugees and Immigrants has done a lot of work since these people have come in. There's been a struggle to get official refugee status. We know there's been that humanitarian parole buffer zone. They say there's nearly 200 people now that they're helping through 80 different cases, and those are typically broken up into families. So a lot of people using their resources right now.
And it's cool to see them kind of learn like while doing something instead of just sitting in a classroom and learning by rote. You're doing something, you're interacting, kind of like, you know, a lot of people pick up a language on television or whatever, but doing something and learning how to work together, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, building robotics, you got the directions and kind of matching the pictures with the noun you're looking at. It makes sense.
And the fact that they came up to you and started to speak to you and pick up, that's awesome.
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit.
Nice. All right, thank you very much, Andrew.